Hey guys, it's Narenzaid with another battle report, and this is another Crossroads prep game. My opponent wanted to play a different army, so I brought up one of my Empire ETC lists. Going from left to right, starting with him, is his Khorne hero with Dawnstone and the Helm of Many Eyes, his Nurgle Demon Prince, a Nurgle Chariot, his PSB on Demonic Mount with the 3-up board save, 5 dogs, a Hell Cannon, 20 Nurgle warriors with with halberd and shield, another unit of dogs, and 3 skull crushers of Khorne with the ensorcelled weapons and a banner of rage. On my left are my 4 demis with a musician, 50 halberdiers with full command, with my arc lector and 3 light wizards installed, and my BSB. Behind them, a unit of 20 archers. To the right of them is another unit of 4 demis with a musician, a steam tank, a Hellblaster volley gun, and 5 Inner Circle Knights, and there's a cannon in between the demis and the halberdiers that I neglected to mention. And you can see a little bit on the left there is his Chimera. So he wins the roll to go first, and here he goes. He moves everything up like so. You can see his Skull Crushers and dogs moving up pretty straightforward. He hides most of his characters behind the hill. The Chimera flies far out to my left, and his Hell Cannon passes its leadership. During his magic phase, he can't see anything, so he buffs his warriors to give them +1 toughness. That's about all that happens there. Shooting, his Hell Cannon goes way off target. Go to Empire turn. On the Empire turn, I charge his dogs with my demis. My thought here was I was gonna kill with the demis. My steam tank was only like 10 inches away, so I figured maybe I can hit his skull crushers with my steam tank and grind him up, get him stuck. I turn everything to face over here. The Chimera. I want to light magic him out. And you can see my steam tank doesn't make it in, unfortunately. So that's really not good because now those skull crushers are going to be able to get a flank charge on my demis. I move my knights up to counter charge, and you can see my archers also should go to face the Chimera. During my magic phase, I get like something like 9 dice. I throw 1 die at Shem's Burning Gaze and deal 1 wound to the Chimera, and then I go to 5 dice the Banishment spell, and unfortunately I get dispelled. My opponent holds all of his dice, rolls that. That's how that goes. My cannon can't see through my demis and my halberdiers, so he goes to shoot the skull crushers, but I can only go like 4 inches from the back or 2 inches from the back or something because of the demis in the way. So I shoot and I don't hit it. My steam tank shoots 1 and kills 1. My Hellblaster volley gun opens up and does something like 7 or 8 wounds to his skull crushers, and he rolls 7 4-up armor saves. So they only take 1 wound. And that's that. So we go to his turn. I kill the dogs and overrun. His Chimera flies up, and this is just me being not having played Empire for a while here. I was messing around with my demis, and I should have played them smarter. So now they're not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to have to reform them again. Big waste of time. My skull crushers my demis get charged in the front and the flank, and that's that. During the magic phase, he gives his Nurgle warriors +1 toughness, and that's all he gets off. During the shooting phase, his Hell Cannon is wildly off target again. He shoots and kills something like 17 or so, or 15 of my halberdiers. During the close combat phase, I deal 2 wounds to the warriors, and that's it. My rolling was quite not good, and his was average, so I broke, but he wasn't able to catch me, and I pop out on the other side of my cannon. That's the end of his turn. On my turn, I reposition everything like so. I move my light wizards into this bunker so that I can cast banishment on his demon prince. I reform my demis. I move my lance, or I'm sorry, not my lance, my knights in the way. My hippogriffs, I'm sorry, not hippogriffs, my demigriffs rally, and I'm about 11 or 10 inches again away from those warriors, and my steam tank fails to make it into them. During the magic phase, I get 5 dice, he gets 4, and I 5 dice banishment in his demon prince. It goes off. I kill the demon prince, so that's pretty huge. I'm liking where I am right now. I shoot my cannon through I try to hit his chariot. I hit and I roll a 1 to wound. My Hellblaster volley gun kills the Skull Crusher down to 1 wound, so there's 2 wounds on that one Skull Crusher. And this is something I didn't see. I think it's just because I thought I had more ranks than I did, and I was wrong. So when on his turn, he charges with his Chimera, his BSB, I'm sorry, not his BSB, his hero, and his Nurgle Chariot into my demis. I don't like that fight, but I didn't have much of an option. And as you can see here, this is the move that I didn't see for some reason, or I thought I would be Steadfast. I can't even explain it. It's probably one of my worst plays ever, but I take the Nurgle Warriors in the flank. So, and then his BSB charges my cannon, and his Skull Crusher charges my knights. He doesn't have a magic phase anymore, so we skip that. His Hell Cannon fails its leadership, and it succeeds on its leadership, shoots and misses again. During the close combat phase, you can see here that he's taken out my cannon. He overran into my demis. His Nurgle Warriors were able to kill enough Halberdiers, even though I moved the champion, my Arc Collector, and my BSB in the way. Kill them, overrun into the demis, and I stick my leadership on the left there because I'm Steadfast. During my turn, I go to get my Steam Tank in his rear, and I fail by like 2 inches again. I charge in the rear of his hero here, or of his BSB here, with my lance just to try and get some wounds, some combat res, anything. During the magic phase, I get the speed of light off on everybody, and I get Briona's Time Warp on my demis on the left, and then I try to 1-die the -1 to hit on my demis on the right, and I fail that. During the shooting phase, I don't have anything to shoot, so that's a very easy, quick phase. We go to close combat, and this is what it looks like after combat. I apologize for the blurry photo. The Chimera and the Chariot and the Hero deal 2 more wounds to my demis. I try to kill the Chimera every round, and so far I've only put 2 wounds on him, so he has 1 remaining now. And I stick there on like a leadership 5, so that was pretty lucky. I lose combat over here to my right, and I lose that by like 1 or 2, and I stick that one also. My knights do not stick, and they run up, and they panic. During his turn, you can see that I've killed the Chimera now, so that was really nice. He does 1 more wound, I think, and I lose, no, and I'm sorry, I win this one, and he sticks with both. The Skull Crusher that was fighting my knights got killed, and then this is where he shoots with his Hell Cannon, and he finally succeeds, and he hits my bunker with all my wizards in it, and I fail my leadership 7, so they flee off the board. The Steam Tank hits the rear of the warriors and pops all the warriors out, but his hero kills all the demis, so he reforms and turns to the right, and he charges my Hellblaster volley gun, and then he kills the last demi between his hero here and his chariot. So I charge in the flank with my knights after they rally. I move my Steam Tank into the hero and deal something like 12 wounds. So his 3 upboard save can't save him there. My knights don't do any wounds to the chariot. The chariot does 1. I win by 1. He sticks. He reforms to face me like so, and his hero runs away, and my knights stick and his chariot sticks. I take a shot at his Hell Cannon to try and get those points with my Steam Tank. I'm not able to get any of the points, and that's the end of the game. It ended up being a draw. He had his Exalted Hero and his Hell Cannon and his chariot left. I had these 2 knights, my Steam Tank, my Hellblaster volley gun, and my Master Engineer that was attached. So, as you can see, it was a pretty back and forth game. I was pretty upset with myself for the misplay that I made, but, I mean, they happen, so what are you going to do? I will definitely remember that, though, for next time, and not assume that everything will always be Steadfast, as my Skaven have apparently been teaching me. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening.